I'm driving home from Virginia, not West Virginia. There's two different states, right? West Virginia and Virginia.
Yeah, we go through both.
Yeah. I guess it's like North and South Carolina.
Yeah.
Now, are they equal? Like West Virginia and Virginia, are they equal? Are they both big places?
West Virginia is probably half the size of Virginia.
Half the size? Yeah.
Virginia's pretty big.
You forgot the part where we crossed Maryland.
Oh, yeah, we were in Maryland for 25
Well,
seconds.
when I
we
was-
tried to, we almost held our breath for the whole time.
It's true. I can almost hold my breath for the whole time it took us to drive through Maryland.
Yeah.
Now, when you go from the Meadows, well, hold on.
You're thinking of
When I drive home from Northfield to Ontario,
Yeah.
Ohio,
Yeah.
Pennsylvania,
Yeah.
New York, Ontario. 4 places, 2 countries, 4 places to get home. But yeah, it was a good day today. A little bit somber when I woke up this morning, for sure, for most of the day. I had a great chat with Mr. Clarkson on the way to Virginia, and chatting with Lauren and Logan. They're not nearly as chatty. On the way back from Virginia. You have to race today? What race are you? 15th. That sounds fun. What do you got in there?
3-year-old trotter and a fair consolation.
They're still doing the fair consolations. Or are they just filling it by horses that race to the fair?
I don't know, it's going for like 15,000, so
Oh,
it's
wow.
not like,
That is good.
yeah.
Lauren, backed by popular demand, we're bringing back the fair program to Ohio next year. I know you're excited. I know you felt
I'm
bad.
actually surprised that it hasn't came back sooner.
No, it's coming back. We didn't this year. I think we went to one fair. Yeah. I know. You're pumped, aren't you?
I'm so
I'll tell you who's pumped is Amy. I said, Amy, well, you got your license now. You can drive some of those fairs. She was not having any part of that. She was, no, I'll just take them to the back. I said, that might be the most dangerous place to be at
That's
the
a
fair.
terrible spot.
Don't
Yeah,
take them back.
you really control your own destiny.
We lost our GPS again.
That's all right. It's straight for still quite a while. So I'm going to talk about the race horses. Okay, we got to keep our dialogue to a minimum. It has to be about races. Here on in.
Okay, I'm ready.
So Dreban is schooling. That's right. Just hit the no. You screwed it up. There you go. See, 85 miles. This is about a 4-minute video, and we had 85 miles to fix that blunder. I'm confident we could have overcame it. Dreban schooling next week. Knowing James and Dominic, that's schooler qualifier or schooler qualifier. I'm hoping 2 weeks to be ready to go. Now, in response to that, on their defense, the horse has to be ready to trot in 54 right away. And I'll be very clear with both Dominic and James. Do not school and qualify him in 2 minutes and then put him in and think you're going to run him up the wood, or I will choke both of you. He is to be ready to win when he is entered in to go. And I know that James says he doesn't watch these videos. I think he might. And I know that Dominic might once in a while. So maybe they don't, but somebody will tell them. If they don't have him ready to win his first start, I'm going to be very upset. I don't care if it takes you another 4 weeks. Make sure he's ready to win when he goes behind the gate. Tenacious Handover, have you seen him jogging?
I have not seen him jog, but I know he's getting out.
No, he's jogging full on.
No, I know. I'm
He
just
was
saying,
rearing
I
up and
haven't-
striking. And
I've been going with the babies, so I haven't seen him.
quite a transformation. You just decided
Yeah.
one day you're a baby or cold person. Lauren hid for 6 years, 5 years, hid from any baby work.
Yeah.
Knowingly, willingly had no interest in going with babies. And then all of a sudden, I want to go to babies this year. Oh, cool. It's like Ollie, I want to be a hockey player this year, but you don't know how to skate yet. But I want to be a hockey player. Okay, cool. That's what we're going to do. So now Lauren is going with the babies. Tenacious Handover is, so do you know the story of what happened with him? He's always been late.
Yeah.
Always been a little sore on the left hind, always bothered him. It was always a maintenance thing. And when he was good, he was actually a nice horse to drive. And he got a little bit off right front. Couldn't find it. And it was progressively getting worse. To the point where the last time we raced him, I pulled him up and I said, Tim, I think he was third in like 52 that day. I said, Tim, we're going to have to get this guy. We got to figure this out. We got to figure it out. So, back to Dr. Brown's again, and there was a faint line hiding in his pasture. And he told me, he said, this type of issue, especially since he's been racing on it, he said, you're looking at 2-3 months in the stall. He said, you let me put a screw in that, and he'll be ready in 2 months. Which I said, I'm a little skeptical about that. I don't know if that's accurate. But you're the surgeon. I'm not going to argue with you. And so after about, it was funny because Dr. Katie came in the barn. She was asking about the horse, and because we had taken the sutures out, she'd asked what had happened and put a screw in there. And she said, well, what are you doing with him? He said, he's rearing up. He's going to break his other leg by no jog. So we just started jogging. There's no...
So you've probably seen that all down the thoroughbreds.
A little bit. She was very surprised with the prognosis from Dr. Brown, but happily surprised. So she must have thought that, although this was an invasive thing, you're putting a screw in a horse's bone. But the fact that he thought that highly of that, he would just start back when. I think the initial plan was a month in the stall, 2 weeks on the aqua treadmill, and then hand walking / light jogging, and then feed him into jogging and see who he is. Well, it was like 5 weeks. We walked him for like. Oh, is this where it is?
Yep.
Oh, really?
Literally a mile that way.
No, I've never ever been there in my life.
Yep, you get off here, you go up, go through that crossroad, take a left, and it's literally probably a mile right behind us.
Really?
Yep.
We should have dropped in.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we just started jogging him light. He's been sound, feeling good. His leg looks good and feels great. So I was just worried that he was going to hurt himself in the stall. And we started jogging him, and he is going to be ready a little bit early, I guess. But by all accounts, everybody I talked to, I personally have not jogged him since the first or second day he was back. But everybody says he's great every day. So we'll see. Time is on my side was most definitely great. I thought I did a great thing winning 49-1 with him, and then Aaron beat me, winning 48-4 with him 2 weeks later. He's a weird horse. He get up the quarter 26, but he has to work to get there. I had to stuff him. It's because he's a nice horse.
Yeah.
Everybody loves to drive horses that try. Right? Every driver that ever drove a horse that tries.
They can be slow, but if they try you.
100%, you got to have respect for a horse that does that. And Time is on my side tries, which is just a great story. He's one of the foundation stories that we always talk about because we paid a lot of money for him and we trained him down, and he looked like he was going to be a flop, maybe a 2. He won one race like 54-4 Mohawk. I mean, I could run around Mohawk in 55. And he just didn't look. We were skeptical.
Right.
Concerning, that's why we started him in January. I wanted to get every ounce of money I could get out of him in the spring, racing in those series at the Meadows, and then hopefully see if he was going to be a stake horse. Well, lo and behold, from the time off when he was 2, from when we turned him out and let him mature, he just turned into a nice horse. Yep. And he won that stake final in 51-3 or something. And then now we have like 6 races into him, and it's March. Like, it's a lot. So we gave him breaks throughout the year. 3 weeks off here, 3 weeks off there, 3 weeks off here, and every time he come back, he come out swinging. And there's a number of horses that we've tried to do that with. Some has worked, and some have not. I think a lot of it hinges on their desire to do their work, their desire to succeed. And man, he's just been such a good horse for us. And I told somebody the other day, they won him 48-4. He goes, "Do you wish you had brought him to the Breeders' Crown now?" And I said, "No, not really. He's just a step, just off the periphery. Like that start in the Meadowlands where he just got beat. Everything went his way. It didn't look like he did. He was 4th over with cover, but then the front collapsed, the middle collapsed, and as he's going by horses, his confidence.
The right place, right time.
Exactly, and that's what he was. He was in the right place at the right time, and it's very difficult to duplicate that, right? You're still racing a long shot.
Draw that up every week.
No, you're still racing a long shot, hoping that he gets a chance to run at the leaders, and it just doesn't work out that way all the time. So he's good enough, but just not quite good enough to have the confidence to write a check for $5,000. I think that's what it was last night. Oh my God, just reminded myself of that. I don't want to talk about that. So Time is on my side. Raced good the other day. That wasn't even the Open. I'm not even sure that was the backup class. It wasn't. It was the 13,000 class. I'm sure they used it as the Open, maybe.
Right, yeah.
But it was the 13,000 condition class. Now imagine having a horse that actually was a legit non-winners at 9 or 10 or 12 or whatever it was, and you look at the program and you have Time is on my side and those horses in there. It's tough. Again, we talk about that ladder racing. Well, that's what's waiting for right in the middle. At least from time to time. I told everybody I wanted to get rid of all the horses that we went up and down the classes with.
Yeah.
Right? As an old horseman, and I know that you were trained this way too from your father probably, but I have zero interest in running my horses up and down the classes.
It sucks.
But just give me a non-winners of 1 to 10. Non-winners of 1 to 7 can race at Northfield.
Yeah.
If they're good enough, non-winners of 10 can race at Dayton, Scioto, those types of things. Non-winners of 12 you can race at Yonkers. And then you are a conditioned horse.
Yeah.
So you can either do in the higher conditions or you cannot. And if you cannot, well, I got a problem with that.
It's tough.
It's not tough.
Yeah.
To me, when you look at it, it's burning 20 to 30% of your starts every single year.
Sure.
And it's just, I have no interest in that. So
If we had more straight claimers up there, it'd be a great spot. But we don't.
Yep.
So then you
Yep.
can't find that happy medium for those horses.
And, you know, in the condition classes are so tough.
Yeah.
So tough. So I just said no. Like we sold JK Victory the other day for $33,000, I think, online. And, yeah, we sold him for $33,000. We sold, we're looking at potentially selling down the road, maybe a Greatest Ending, maybe a Rock Shining Star.
Yeah.
And there's some horses I'm trying to acquire. And virtually what we're trying to do is trade in horses that are going to race in that ladder type situation for horses that have options before they get to that position, right? And they should carry their worth straight through there. So, Winter Soldier has been a good horse. You know that horse fits the backup class, and they just keep putting him in the open.
Every week.
Every week, they just keep putting him in the open, and he fits the backup class. And raced good the other day. I like this horse. He's growing on me. I really, really like the way he goes about his work. And now
You trained him the other day. Was that you that trained him the
I
other day,
trained him a
Lauren?
mile and a half.
Yeah.
how is he?
Perfect.
Yeah, he's a likable horse, eh? I trained that horse with an open, happy bridle and no hobbles at 2.5 come 28 apiece. He's a nice horse, and he's a likable horse to drive too. I could see how I heard like there was people that I know that are drivers that really maybe didn't drive him. In fact, I don't think they ever did, but they all had reasons they didn't like him. But I don't see any of that in that horse. He's a nice horse to race. And has been a nice horse for us. And we didn't buy him to race at Northfield. It was just coincidentally he got around a half well. Do you know the first time we raced him at Northfield, that was the first time he ever raced in a half in his life. Ever. In fact, I'll even go further. He probably never trained on a half in his life.
No.
He was at Tony Alania's and Pete had him. It would have been a combination of New Jersey, I don't know about Florida anymore at that point, but New Jersey and Kentucky at their farm. I doubt he ever trained on a half-mile track in his life. And just went out and won. He's been a good horse for us, so really happy with him. Agent Black, I don't think Dr. Lehess has crowd that curb yet. That's probably a job for tomorrow's Sunday, not today. It would have been a good job for
Sunday.
It would have been a great job for today, tomorrow, if it was Monday.
Yeah.
It would have been a great tomorrow job if today was Sunday. So it has to be crowd. He was just getting over that virus that everybody had in the barn. I should say everybody had it. A lot of the horses had it. And as you can see now, the one Cherry had it as bad as anybody. Her and Arrowhead. And did you find a ride?
Oh, as soon as you said that, I thought about it.
See, I had told Lauren, I asked Lauren if she could find a ride down for Arrowhead Hanover to Dayton, so that I can go. Now this is how my Tuesday's going to look. I'm going to get up Tuesday. I'm going to go to the Meadows to qualify that trotter that made a break, Raging Hanover. I'm going to qualify Captain Incredible. I'm going to go to, then I'm going to get in my car and just drive to Dayton to race Arrowhead Hanover out of the 8-hole, and I'm going to close out my day in the 13th and 15th at Northfield Park with, I don't know who we have, but
Tuesday?
oh, Tuesday, I'll tell you who you have. Winter Soldier's one of them,
Yeah.
and somebody else is the other one. I'm not sure.
Yeah, because they're not giving Patron up to Tuesday now.
Yeah.
Because of all these.
I don't know how they think they're going to get it back going Sunday, because I'm not entering Tuesday back Sunday with Winter Soldier. I can guarantee you that. They'll sit a week.
The following week we only race 3 days.
Oh, what's off that day?
We're only racing Sunday through
How come?
Thursday or Wednesday.
Why is that?
Just through the end of the month. I don't know. I got the text
Okay.
right here. Hold on.
That's fine.
You said Tuesday.
Tuesday. Well,
Jason asked me to take the horse down.
yeah, no, I want to get him shipped down. That's why I called an audible. That's called an
Someone's got to
audible.
be going down.
Yeah, Sunday, Monday from.
He wants to get down there.
He needs to get down there Sunday night or Monday night. Would be great. I'm sure Stacy can bring him over to the track and I'll go race him. And tell them to, I want to race him in an open bridle this week. Don't put that hood in. They can put it in, but I'm not wearing it. So Agent Black will get that cryoed. Spitfire Overseas is racing tomorrow. No, he's not. He's racing Monday, a different tomorrow.
Yep.
Tomorrow will be, the real tomorrow will be Rock Shining Star and Neptune. Both are in kind of tough. Scotty knows that too, but I said, you know, the Neptune horse, he's actually turned into a likable horse to drive. And Lauren's right, when we got that horse, he shut his air off once or twice on James. He wore a dog chain in Ontario and was aggressively hot. And I think it was just the transformation of that horse. The horses in Australia race so much differently than the horses in North America. I think just the transition for him was much more than environmental. It was mental also. And he's just turned into a really, really nice horse to drive. So, where I was going with that, but Agent Black will have his curb crowd this week. Spitfire Overseas is down in on Monday. That's what I was getting at. He's going to race Monday in Corbin with Scotty. He's got the rail. What else do we got here? Greatest Ending will race, I guess, next weekend. He races
We go Sunday through Wednesday.
He'll probably race, I imagine, on a Sunday. Greatest Ending will race. Looks Like Money was great the other day. You know, somebody said to me, they said, do you think it's time to sell him now that the class is getting tough? I said, the horse made $130,000 this year and it's October. I think we could just give him a pass, maybe. It's not his fault.
28.
What's that?
Tried 52-28.
Yeah, he tried a 52, come 28, and he's got like 27 starts or something this year. I'll tell everybody right now, we can sell him if we can replace him. If you can show me where we can replace Looks Like Money, and I don't mean dollar for dollar, I mean in a value-based way. So sell him for X and buy a horse that will be as good or better than him for less than X. You show me that, then yeah, game on. We can do that. But for right now, that's a little easier said than done. Where are we at? It feels like, is this the highway where we hook on to Northfield? Or to the Turnpike?
This is the Turnpike.
We're on the Turnpike right now?
Yes.
When do we get on that?
We've been on for Breezewood.
But I'm wondering why I didn't see us connect with, how we connect onto it.
We've just been on it. From Breezewood, we've been on it.
Started where we
Okay, so this is a question I'm asking you. When I leave Northfield,
Yes.
I get on the Turnpike and it takes me all the way to Cranberry.
Yeah,
This is it.
This is
Yeah, but
70 turns into 80, isn't it? No.
No.
Sorry. That was.
all right, my brain just isn't braining good right now. But
You would get on 76.
yeah, it makes no
And then-
sense to me. You're causing me complications in my head. We're on the Turnpike. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
3 Point Blue Chip raced great. Raced great yesterday also, in the Rio yesterday, which was the Friday. He raced great on Friday. Got through to finish third, but looked like he had some pop. I will tell everybody right now, usually when he looks like that, he's kind of ready to be put on the front. And if we can get him to the front in a favorable class, they won't beat him in there. So 3 Point Blue Chip looks like he's coming back around. Trosa is going to be making his way to Ohio very soon. Trosa's biggest problem, a little bit of breathing, a little bit of bleeding. Both can probably be fixed a little easier over here than the ship down to Mohawk and then the faster miles. I believe Trosa will be very, very good. If he can get around a half, maybe golden. If he can't get around a half because he's a big bugger, then he'll do fine at the Meadows / Dayton. But I think there's lots of classes over here. And the problem was they kept stitching together classes and stuffing him in here and stuffing him in there, and it just wasn't favorable to him. He wasn't getting favorable races, and he's going to get here's a horse that paced 150 and 151 almost every week for his last 6 starts. He fits an hours before at Northfield. I think he'll be okay. Yo Mister was great the other day. I did a video explaining what I saw. Now Logan said he was on the track and watched him train the other day. The horse trained very, very good. If you would have asked me, Anthony, what do you want to see from Yo Mister this morning, what I would have told you was not even remotely as good as he trained. He was exceptionally good training. The problem was It just looks to me like something's going on that right hind. I'm not talking about a suspensory or a chip here or something. I'm talking about something that could become something a little more sinister if we don't pay attention. I could be wrong. It could be a bone bruise. It could be a million things. It could be a foot bruise. But I don't think so. And we're going to find out on October the 27th. So for all my partners out there saying, oh, we're going to wait till the 27th, this is the proper way forward for Yo Mister. And at the very minimum, he'll light up like a Christmas tree. We'll know everything that is wrong with him and every little nook and cranny that bites and bothers at him when we're done with that bone scan. I'm not after the nooks and crannies. I'm after the right hind, and I believe it's up high. There's something going on. And I think it's something that he just needs a little bit of time off. I don't want to just stand him in the stall for 3 or 4 weeks and hope that the problem goes away. I want to know what we're dealing with and how to fix it and what the prognosis is. And I think all will become very, very clear on the 27th of October. I think at that point, if we give him the next 7 days in the stall, and on the 27th they say give him 3 weeks in the stall or 4 weeks in the stall, we're already well on our way, right? So just let it play out, because this is a talented horse. And as I said to you, he trained exceptionally well the other day. You might say to yourself, well, how does 1 plus 1 equal 2 here, Anthony? How can you tell me the horse trained good, but now you're worried about doing a bone scan on him? He trained good, but when I watched him walk off the first couple of steps, just the first couple of steps, he looked very, very uncomfortable on it, and then was fine. Then when I turned him, I saw it again. When I turned him, I saw it again. And to me, it just seems like something up high is biting him. Either way, we'll get to the bottom of it on the 27th. What's the date today? The 19th? No. Yeah, it's the 19th. 18th?
Yeah.
You'll know in 9 days. I'm living tomorrow, you're right. We'll know in 9 days. Oh, that's it now, because we don't have Delicious Stone anymore. They claimed him. That guy, they claimed him? That horse, I'll tell you what. So a little story for everybody. Delicious Stone, when we bought Delicious Stone, we wanted a very, very good horse. He showed signs of being a good horse, but just didn't put it all together. And then ended up injuring himself left hind, I think. And then we got him back half decent, and he re-injured himself left hind. And then we got him back again. Remember he made that noise going to the gate that night?
Yeah,
And started making noise, and he ended up with it was an entrapment. And then once they fixed the entrapment, they realized that there was something a little worse going on underneath the entrapment. There was a tie back that was done on him at one point that was a little bit sore, and they didn't want to tinker with it. It was a little messy, to be quite frank. And the surgeon had told me, she goes, I don't like what I see. Now, Natalie Cote has been around standardbred horses for a very long time, and she's a very level-headed surgeon. The type of surgeon that knows that standardbreds are the toughest breed of horse, for sure, and the toughest breed of animal I might have seen in quite a while. And she said I would never count out a standardbred. But her prognosis on Delicious Stone at the time was reasonably guarded, quite frankly. And he not only did he make it back, he won 13 races this summer.
Didn't you drive Lauren?
Yep.
Yeah.
Lauren drove him a couple of times. He's a nice little horse. I went to Georgia with him one night. I went to drive a 2-year-old trotting colt that we were trying to get a handle on. So I drove all the way up to Georgia Downs, and he was in, and Dominic listed me, and I told him he didn't have to list me. He could have put Austin Sawyer back on the horse. He'd been driving him all summer. I drove him, and he went at 55, jogged, and he won 13 races this summer, and no, maybe 12. He was second his last start. Well, either way, it was 12 or 13. He went on a tear all summer long, made like $60,000, and then they claimed him 2 weeks ago for 15. You can never, and as Natalie said to me, you can just never count out a standardbred. So, and that is nowhere near in the same realm as Yo Mister and him are not even the same. When we're talking about injuries, he tore a suspensory twice, and Yo Mister doesn't have anything like that going on. It's something that it will be treatable, it will be fixable, in my opinion. But we'll know, I'm not a vet. It'll be treatable, it'll be fixable, and he'll be a much, much better horse for it, I think, moving forward. So when it's all done. So those your aged horses. They somehow turned a 5-minute video into 24. It was a hell of a job, really. Pretty good. It's not easy to do. It's dark now. I'm going to get to 3-year-olds, 2-year-olds tomorrow. I might even talk about the yearlings a little bit that we've acquired so far. Still kind of preliminary. There's not a whole lot to talk about. I'd like to get a video to you guys of the babies going over the next week or two. Lauren's been dying to do videos with the babies.
That's why she started.
That's right. We'll see. We'll get some stuff done. As I said, tough weekend to get through in regards to the 2 horses in Ontario, but they'll bounce back. I'd love nothing more than to see that filly draw into the final, but they'll bounce back, and we'll look forward to Cherry's Girl racing in the Virginia Sire Stakes final, or
Breeders' Fun.
Well, what's the difference?
The Sire Stakes was last week. You gotta be
Oh, you got to be by a Virginia
stud. Yeah.
Oh, so this is like
The ones that are born here or took a residency.
it's like
here.
Maryland.
Yeah,
There's
well, a lot
Maryland.
of
There's the
these horses
Maryland
we're
Fund.
racing against or Maryland horses.
Yeah, so these are like Maryland has the Maryland Fund and then the Maryland Sire Stakes.
Yes.
Yeah,
It's
okay,
the
I
same
understand
thing.
now. So we're in, obviously, yeah, we're in the Virginia Breeders' Fund. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's what we're going to try and win next week. I got to beat that
Or
guy.
be second.
I got to beat that
Be
guy
second.
too. So with that, I'll let you go. Take care, everybody. Have a great rest of your weekend. And if you're like me and you think it was Sunday, hey, good news. Sunday's tomorrow. Take care.